Hi friends, Allison here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have been invited to participate in a YouTube blog hop. It's a birthday blog hop for Christina. I think I have her name right. You should go check out her channel. I will have all of the hop participants listed in the description box below, so be sure you go and check out their YouTube channels and hop along with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. At the beginning of the video, you saw a picture of the sketch that Christina designed for our blog hop, our YouTube hop today, not a blog hop. And quite honestly, I didn't stick to the sketch at all. It very quickly went in its own direction and it took on a life of its own. But I'm really happy with the way that this layout turned out. So, let's get into it. So as you can see, I added some mixed media to the background. I just sprayed some ink that was mixed with rubbing alcohol into a mini mister. I picked those up from Michael's. I've had them in my stash for a while. The color that I used was peach. So I just took a peach re-inker that I had in my stash. It's from Close to My Heart, and sprayed that directly to the background of the layout. I didn't prepare the cardstock at all with gesso or anything like that. I just sprayed it directly to the paper. Such a small amount of ink comes out anyways. I wasn't too worried about it soaking through the paper and wrecking it. I'm also thinking about adding some pink sewing thread to my layout. I was thinking about adding it beneath the picture, but I decided not to do that. I do add it in a few other places later on around the layout. I die cut the paint brushes that you see in the background just from black cardstock, and the title was cut from a light pink. It's called Ballerina cardstock. All the cardstock that I used today in this layout is from Close to My Heart. Some of the pattern papers are from other companies. They're just scraps that I've had in my stash for a while. I will link them if I can remember who they are. And you'll find that down in the bottom in the description box as well. So here is where my crafting took a turn. Normally I would, if I'm going to do any kind of stamping, I would pull out my alphas from Close to My Heart, the ones that I love using the most. If you've seen any of my videos, you know that I love typed font. And so I'll use my stamp sets that have that in them. But this time I decided to go through my stamp stash and see if I had a stamp with the word beautiful in it. And I did. But it was bigger than I wanted it to be. So I just ended up masking it. And I just used some washi tape from my stash to do that. Stamped the image, filled it up with ink with the ink pad, and then took the washi tape off and then stamped the image. I just used some extra white cardstock that I had in my stash, stamped it onto that paper, and then fussy cut it out. Here is where I decide to add some of the sewing thread. I do put it behind the picture. I didn't think I did that. I couldn't remember, obviously. So yes, there is some sewing thread behind the photo. I'm also going to add sewing thread underneath the stamped word beautiful, just to add a little bit more texture and interest to my layout. I'm going to use, if I haven't done it already, I'm going to use my Tombow Mono liquid glue to adhere beautiful on top of the word create along with that sewing thread. I also cut the word art from yellow cardstock. It's canary cardstock, also from Close to My Heart. And pretty well everything in the layout, as far as the title goes, was attached to the layout base with foam squares just to create some height and dimension. I cut this super adorable little arrow with my Cricut as well from mint paper. I added some hearts to it, and then I'm going to add some more hearts around the page as well. I decided, because there were heart stamps in the stamp set already that beautiful came from, I figured I may as well use those as well and add them to the little clusters that I had planned putting in the spots that you see me put them in anyways. I stamped all the hearts in canary ink, fussy cut them out, and then adhered them to the layout. The rest of the hearts, the smaller ones, I used my Cricut to cut. Let it do the hard work. What do they say? Work smarter, not harder. And that's kind of the train of thought that I had going forward with this layout. I just pulled out my straight edge ruler. I'm going to add some journaling to this layout as well. I'm just using a black journaling pen to add my journaling. And the whole layout is about artwork, not artwork that I made. It is part of my layout series about traveling to Provo and getting to visit the close to my heart home office. This incredible mobile that you see in the photo was hanging in home office. It's handmade. I don't know how many of the girls that work there made it, but anyways, it's hanging in the foyer. And it was just, it's stunning. I'd love to create something like that myself one day. I don't know if I'm that ambitious, but I had to snap a picture of it and scrapbook it. So that is where this theme came from. I do actually plan on scrapbooking maybe my own crafting one day in the future, which is something I don't know how many of us actually think about doing in our crafting. I know I certainly don't, because while I'm in the zone, I don't think of it, but maybe that's something I should think about in the future. I'm going to add some black enamel dots, which are also from close to my heart, around the page, to embellish just a little bit. And I pulled out my Tim Holtz phrase stickers as well. I'm going to add them around the page a little bit too. In the top right hand above the journaling, I actually am going to switch. You can see me doing that right now. The order that the stickers were going in, I wanted the shorter one on top and then the longer one on the bottom. So I switched them around instead of going from biggest to smallest. Anyways, I added one to the photo, and I think I add one below the title as well. And with that, this layout is pretty well done. Yeah, I added the last photo, or the last phrase sticker, to some cardstock and turned it into ephemera instead of a sticker, because I wanted to put it over something that already had a foam square underneath it. There you are, my friends. Make sure you go and check out the other ladies that are hopping along with us, and you end with Christina's YouTube. I will include everybody's link down below in the description box, and we would love to have you play along. If you do, you are entered into a drawing for a $25 gift card to a cherry on top, I do believe. So definitely go and check that out and have fun with this. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. Here are the close-ups. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, please give me a like and a thumbs up and leave a comment to let me know that you had visited. I'll see you again very soon with another process video. Bye, guys.